Okay, all right guys, let's bring it in. So we're shifting gears this month and we're gonna be taking a look at a lot of lapel guard stuff. I want you guys to think about the jacket as a rope around your partner's neck. Okay, so if I were to take off my belt, for example, put it around Isaiah, all right, it's just like a belt or a rope. And anytime we can use the rope, we can make ourselves feel stronger than we actually are. Okay, so we're gonna be starting off with a closed guard. Okay, and learning how to take the lapel out from closed guard to start. I like to attack the top side because the left jacket's gonna be over the right jacket. Okay, you guys can start pulling it out, okay, with your hand. Sometimes if it's a little bit more snug, my partner's a little bit more active, maybe he's trying to get me here, okay, we got some other stuff going on. Okay, and then sometimes, right, you guys gotta be a little sneaky. Maybe I'm controlling an arm on one side, I'm taking the jacket out on the other side. Okay, but once I can start pulling this lapel out, I want to get to a situation here where I'm at the end of the rope here. Okay, anytime I control here, okay, you guys see the flap? Isaiah's gonna grab the end of the rope, grab that flap and pull it away from me. And that's the easiest way to break the grip if you guys are on top. Okay, so try to get in the habit if you guys are on the bottom, control the bottom of the flap here. It's okay to have your hands separated like this, okay, but just don't be like this where there's still space there. Okay, I wanna make sure I'm at the end here. But here or here, this is fine. Okay, once we pull the jacket out here, okay, we're just gonna work on a super simple setup. Okay, I'm gonna shrimp out, put my foot in the hip, throw my lasso in on the jacket. Okay, now I don't wanna stay on this hip, because if I'm on this side, Isaiah's gonna push my leg down, start passing to that side, okay, and freeze. Okay, the grip on the jacket doesn't really help me. Okay, so let's come back. So once I throw my lasso in on the lapel here, I switch sides, and now I'm here. So if Isaiah tries to pass to his left, okay, try Isaiah, do any pass you want to your left. Okay, it's really hard for him to pass to his left. And because I'm on my right hip, I'm keeping my left leg far away from him. Okay, so he has a further distance to travel versus me being square. Okay, so my head actually comes towards his knee. Okay, I'm here, and my left leg's gonna play. And what I mean by play is, he might be trying to grab my leg. Okay, I can step on his bicep. He might pummel in. Okay, I might pummel in. Okay, we're gonna play. Okay, I can go on the bicep. I can throw a deli hevo hook in. I can step on his shoulder. Okay, I can use my knee shield. Okay, I can play on this side, but I wanna keep this hip far away from him. And you guys will notice, once we have your partner anchored in with this lapel lasso, it's really hard to pass. Okay, so one more time. Okay, if you guys did the game of the night, the warm up of the night, and you guys were to pull the lapel out before you guys hit the ground, even better, right? The matches start standing, you pull the lapel out. By the time we land here, we're like, oh, hey, thanks. Okay, it's already here, boom. Okay, so I'm gonna quick shrimp, foot on the hip right here. Okay, there's tension, so I'm pulling, stomping with my left leg. Okay, making it hard for Isaiah to pass initially, but he has two free hands, so I don't wanna stop here. Okay, I wanna throw that lasso in, I wanna switch sides. Okay, then just play around from here. Top player, see if you guys can pass. Bottom player, keep your partner at bay, mess with their balance a little bit. Okay, and you guys will notice there's a lot of control from this position. Any questions? Yes. Yeah.
Do you find you have to loosen your guard a little bit if you typically play with a tighter guard, bigger opponent, and you have would lasso or the lapel guard be advisable, or would you loosen up your guard a little bit?
That's a great question. Okay, so Isaiah, can you tuck your jacket in and make it super tight? Okay, so sometimes, yeah, there's a lot of tension in the jacket. Helson used to do this when he would teach us how to grab the cross collar grip, Catherine. So if we're here, for example, sometimes there's so much tension in the jacket here, he would actually open his guard for a split second just so he could roll the lapel. Okay, so like right now, my wrist is cocked backwards, the gi is so tight, but if I release the tension with my legs, I'm gonna do a quick little wrist curl here. Okay, because I'm loosening that tension, allowing me to curl my wrist in, and then locking my guard back up again. Okay, so if you guys can do that kind of same concept here, maybe it's just so tight, open your guard, pull, close. Right, I don't wanna hang out with my guard open for too long, but if you feel like you need space to relieve some of that tension, do that, pull the lapel out, lock it back up, get your grip, and then once I have my grip, then you guys can start going for your setup again. Okay, and one more kind of situation here. If you guys don't wanna open your guard even, right, I can even just start passing the lapel like this and go around my leg. Okay, here, it's pretty much the same setup, right? So if you guys are really conservative, right, you'd rather just play here, and then pull it out, okay, pass it underneath your leg, okay, and I could do that too. It's just a little, you're fighting in tighter quarters, yeah, not as much space, and granted, I'm a little smaller guy, so I feel like, you know, getting my hip out, throwing my lasso in, and resetting is a little easier for me, but again, if you guys want to be more conservative, you're like, I don't want this guy opening my guard at all, then set it up from the closed guard here. Just pull it out, pass it around your leg, get a good grip, and bang, we're right in. Okay, any questions? Let's play around with this, guys. On 3, 1, 2, 3.
Where are you anchoring?
That's a good question. So if you guys look at regular lasso guard, jiggle lasso guard, yeah, and freeze, okay? This is like kind of shallow lasso guard. Okay, if Isaiah goes deep lasso, his foot like goes behind my back. Okay, so that's kind of the same thing on the lapel. So if he pulls my lapel out, okay, go to lasso and freeze. Okay, this is like kind of shallow. You see that? This is shallow. If his foot is shallow, look, I'm gonna start attacking the foot and pushing it back through the hole again and unwinding that. So you guys want your leg deep. So once he shoots it, yeah, he's like, kind of like mid shin. If you're going up against somebody who has a killer footlock game, that is something to worry about or just to be mindful of, go back to the lasso. So my professor, if you guys would throw lasso guard on him, he would feed his jacket and he would pop up, okay, and he would start falling into a footlock. That was his counter to the lasso guard. I'm probably not gonna do that against Trav. His legs are too big, his lasso's too strong, but my professor is much bigger than me, and my legs are small. When I throw a lasso on him, he's falling into a footlock. But I feel like if you're deep lasso, Catherine, it's kind of like mid shin. So I can't really footlock him here, right? I want to be low, which is better if he was more of a shallow lasso. So to answer your question, try to get at least like mid shin and past. Yeah. So one more time, Isaiah. So Isaiah gets his grip. He goes back into the lapel lasso here and shoots his foot in. Okay, and switches sides. Okay, freeze. So once he switches sides, you guys will notice his foot's also hiding from me. Like I want to peel that foot out if I can. Okay, start getting it like to the other side, right? But if Isaiah can keep his leg on that side of my body, it's very, very difficult for me to pass. Okay, so one more time. And boom. Okay, so now the foot's behind. Okay, and this foot's messing with my balance the whole time. Okay, like keeping his hip far from me. And if your partner is smart off the top, they're gonna try and force you to the other hip. Okay, so if I can come here, I can start circling Isaiah this way. Okay, I can pass. Okay, but as long as Isaiah stays on his right hip, that's going to be very, very difficult for me to do. Okay, so off the bottom, keep fighting to stay on one side. Okay, so let's switch. Devin had a good question. Can we use the lapel a little differently? So let's say you guys are in spider guard. Okay, this is a little drill that we have you guys do sometimes, right? We're just kind of here. Okay, I could use my foot. All right, start kicking my partner's lapel out. Okay, switch sides. Okay, I grab the lapel, and I can use the lapel as a spider. Okay, he's like, oh, sorry, Isaiah, my bad. Hey, but you guys can see, look. Instead of grabbing onto his hand or stepping on his bicep, I grab onto the lapel, step on the jacket here. Okay, boom. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so let's do this next. Okay, starting off with a closed guard. Okay, maybe I pull the jacket out. Okay, boom, I go to spider. Okay, start switching sides. Okay, if your partner's jacket's tight, again, I can kick it out with my toes. Okay, I'm gonna switch back. Now I'm on this side, I can start fishing for it here and just start stepping on it. Okay, so just here. Okay. You guys will notice I can use the jacket to off balance him. Okay, so let's set it up this time from closed guard. And instead of stepping on the bicep, step on the lapel. Any questions? You good? All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, guys, so we all know how to get into the position already. I don't really have too many attacks right from this position, okay? Unless your partner is like giving you a real obvious, you know, like lean forward on me, Isaiah, with your left hand, like, okay, like I guess I'll take a triangle, right? Most people aren't gonna be that naive, but a lot of times because they're stuck, they're gonna start to react. Okay, so if you guys are on the outside, give Isaiah an idea right now that you guys are experimenting with. What would you guys do off the top? Okay, stand up, survive. Yeah, freeze. Isaiah just chose one option. Yeah, I think I saw a lot of you guys do this. Okay, you post one leg up. Okay, so if you post one leg up, I like to turn that into ringworm. Okay, so if you guys pass through the leg to your opposite hand, this position is called ringworm. Okay, and then from ringworm, if you switch sides, this is worm guard. Okay, so I know people kind of get lost in this little universe of where your hands go, and it's kind of hard to see the lapel sometimes. We're both wearing black, sorry. But just coming back to where we were. Okay, so I got the lapel lasso, he steps up. Okay, I'm just swinging myself up. And as soon as I sit up, look, passing under his leg, this is ringworm, and this is worm guard. Okay, as I pull through, Isaiah, you feel the tension on the jacket, like I'm pulling so I can get tight. Because now I have control over his knee. Okay, I can force Isaiah's knee like that way. Okay, you guys can start doing all different cool kinds of options here. Okay, where I start controlling his back leg. I start exposing the back. Okay, we can start going for sweeps. Well, let's just practice getting to ringworm and then worm guard. Okay, which is one way to play around with the lapel. Okay, so we got the lapel lasso. Isaiah steps up. Okay, I swing. I pass one. Okay, I pass two. Okay, I just want to see you guys get to this position. You guys will notice pretty good ability to start off balancing your partner. Just play around. Okay, turn your partner's knee. It's almost like De La Hiva. Right, when I have De La Hiva, right, my hook, I can control the direction of my partner's knee, right? When I have worm guard, right here, boom, look, I can turn his knee in. And sometimes I'll be able to off balance in the opposite direction too. Okay, so one last time. You guys are going from the beginning. Okay, boom. 1, 2, 3. Okay, we'll start playing from here next. Any questions? All right, on 3. 1, 2, 3. We started off in the lapel lasso. Isaiah stepping up. Okay, ringworm, and then worm. Okay, a lot of you guys are already figuring out the sweeps from this position. Okay, kind of 2 directions. The first one, again, I just control my partner's knee line right here. I don't really like his knee slipping out too much. Okay, try to pull your foot out now, Isaiah. You guys see that? Okay, so I don't want to go too low on him. Okay, so if I'm here, try to pull your knee out. He gets kind of stuck. Okay, so my forearm is just like putting pressure on his knee. Okay, with the first one, I just heist up again onto my hand, up to my knee. Just tip him over. Okay, you got pretty good control right here. And now when we land in this position, because my own leg is stuck inside of the lasso here, I just try to fight his hooks just so I can backstep. Okay, and then once you guys backstep, you guys can figure out what you guys want to do from here. Easiest option is just to let go, settle in the top pin. Okay, if you guys see other options, feel free to play around with it. Okay, again, we're here. He steps up. 1, 2. Okay, heisting up to my hand, popping up to my left knee. Okay, taking him over. And once I'm on my knee, that's already sweep points. Okay, he fell to his butt. Okay, so from this position, I still like to keep him tied up. I don't want to let go. As soon as I let go, Isaiah pull me into single leg X or X guard. Okay, so one more time. If I'm already in the position, why not use the lapel from the top as well? 1, 2, 3. Okay, if Isaiah starts trying to play his game on me, like his knees are kind of stuck right here, yeah? Okay, now meanwhile, I'm gonna start fighting his hooks. If I wanted to step in that direction, this foot is the foot that's stopping me. Okay, so I'm more worried about this inside foot, so I'm gonna slide down, just kill his foot, step around him. Okay, you guys can ride the knee belly, but notice how I still have control over his knees. Okay, I wanna make sure I solidify my pass. I got my sweep, let's get my pass too. And now I can let go and settle. Okay, if you guys are ending up in this position, you guys see his arm. Like, if you guys remember this series I taught before, you guys trap this back arm. That's like one of Clark's main omoplata entries. He loves getting into omoplata there too. So if you guys want to add that, that's bonus. Okay, one last time. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Not in a huge rush right here. especially if he's trying to stretch me out. Try to stretch me out, Isaiah. Yeah, so there's putting tension on this lapel. Okay, so come back half a step. So as I come up, I can even pinch my knees. Try to stretch. Okay, X guard is more effective when he gets my knees in opposing directions. Okay, if I can keep my knees together, I'm gonna slide. I'm gonna try and kill this back hook so I can back step. Okay, if you guys want, look, the arm's right there. Okay, but you guys don't have to do it, just let it go. Take a top pin. Okay, any questions on this first option? We'll take a look at the back take next, okay? On 3, 1, 2, 3. Let's try, guys. Go back to X guard. That's like a common counter. Okay, but if I don't want to stay in this position, like sometimes you guys can come here, or sometimes you guys can even punch your partner's foot up. Okay, this is another thing they don't really like. Okay, Isaiah's gonna fight real hard to get his legs back down, and he's gonna start trying to hop over the hips that way. Okay, or if I peel, okay, I already know that hook's gonna start coming in, right? Like I'm trying to back step as he's placing his hook in. But in my mind, I categorize this more as single leg X passing. Yeah, so just so you guys are all clear, like how are we ending up here? We can end up here in a lot of different ways. In fact, let's come back real quick. So if I have the lapel lasso, Isaiah steps up. Yeah, I come here, 1, okay, 2. I could use this right here. Watch my left foot, guys. Shin to shin. Like I have all this control over his knee. Okay, I can start elevating him. Yeah, I can start pulling him into single leg X if I want, right? So the value in the lapel is really slowing the game down and controlling your partner's knee. And so one more time here, boom. I could even do it from ringworm, right here. Right, starting to get underneath him. And you can start playing X, 50-50, different things. Okay, but that's how I categorize it in my head. It's just single leg X passing. Okay, so coming back to the same option, back to the worm guard. So we're already here. We're already hitting our sweep. Boom. And as we come up, I think most of you guys, again, this foot was coming up on the far hip, yeah? Yeah. So that's where we were earlier, I think. Try to put your foot on the outside. Yeah. Same thing. So it's still single leg X, but I have this grip. Okay, so again, from this position, I'm probably gonna switch my grips. I'm gonna start attacking this leg. Okay, because I don't want that on my hip. And now again, I can start looking at back step. I don't wanna go too far down that rabbit hole because that's more like X and single leg X passing, but just so you guys can kind of see one simple way once we get on top to beat that foot off of your hip and try and back step. Okay, sorry, I did show Jordan and Andy on that side too, so might as well show it. If their foot's not doing anything, right, I could abandon and just step over this knee, right? You start sitting into S mount or hopping over. But I feel like, at least at my size, or maybe it's just a little heavier guard player level, like you guys are gonna run into X all the time. Yeah, so this foot's already on the inside of my hip. It's not stopping me from stepping that way. This foot is. Right, so I kill this foot and back around, right? So I think more than giving you guys like a super specific technique, just look at the X guard, like literally just look at it. Okay, he has 2 hooks in. I can't step forward because of this. I can't step back because of this. Which way do you guys want to try and go? Right, if I'm like, okay, I want a back step, I gotta get rid of this hook. Okay, if I want a front step, I gotta get rid of this hook. Right, I think that's like an easy way I think about it in my head. Okay, let's go to a back take next. And we'll stop here for tonight, just so we have a good kind of 1-2 punch combo. Okay, so Isaiah stepping up, ringworm, worm guard. Okay, you guys are trying to sweep. Isaiah's just not going over. Okay, I can use this again to start turning his knee in, freeze. You guys see where his weight went? Okay, so if I can't sweep him this way, I use this grip to turn his knee and I get his weight on his hands. Now I'm gonna stick my hook in on this backside. Okay, so now all Isaiah's weight's on his hand. He's loaded on top of my legs. Okay, if you guys want, you guys could just back roll. Okay, take a sweep. Okay, sorry, I'm gonna have to redo that. Okay, you guys could just do a simple back row. Or again, and this is the key right here, guys. Putting weight on this knee. Okay, and again, he's stopping sweep number 1. So I put weight the other way. Back hook comes in, that back leg is light now. So as I sit back, like I elevate it, and I'm here. Okay, so if I want to hit the back row, I'll just look over my right shoulder. I elevate his legs. Okay, follow him up. Okay, you gotta start looking for your pin. Or, okay, my preference would be to take the back. So we're here, 1, 2. I'm trying to heist him that way. He's not going. Turn him back, get him up. Okay, now I'm here. I just start shoving his knee through the hole. Okay, I already have my shin behind his knee. Okay, I'm already in back kick territory. I can let go of my right hand now. My right hook's gonna set. I stretch him out. Okay, start taking the back. I know this is a little bit outside of the scope of tonight's class, but I just want to show it because the skill of grabbing your partner's leg and then jamming or wedging your knee behind their knee, you're going to see this a lot if you guys start to play more guard-heavy back take type of games. Can you on your back? Some of you guys play berimbolo, some of you guys don't. Okay, so let's say I'm doing berimbolo on Isaiah. Okay, I might go into my berimbolo position here. Okay, I'm going to fight this outside leg. I pull it over the top of my shin, I stretch him out. Okay, that's how I expose the back. Boom. Okay, so there's different ways to utilize that, but it's almost like a bow and arrow. Pull it and I just stretch him. Okay, so one last time. It looks harder than it is, guys. Here. Oh, he steps up. Go ring worm, trying to hit our first sweep. He's not going. I crunch his knee back in, I get his weight on his hands, I fight that back hook. Okay, so right now, Isaiah's knee is kind of like middle of my thigh. If I can stuff it in, I don't need to elevate him. Look, I'm already there. Okay, so Isaiah's usually, yeah, he usually doesn't want his knee going in that direction. Okay, but I can still get his weight on his hands. You guys see how his knee is on top of my hip? Okay, he doesn't want me to take the back, and that right knee is stopping my back take right now. But as I elevate him, hey, now look, my left shin goes behind the knee, my right forearm kicks. Now I'm on his back. All I do now is stretch him out with my left leg. My right hook comes in, 1, 2, 3. Okay. Be a good partner off the top, guys. Your partner's trying to sweep you this way. Help them out. Lean forward a little bit, let them turn your knee in. And that's gonna make that back leg light. I think that's where everybody's gonna get stuck. If you guys do have a hard time, it's actually just getting your partner's hips in the air. Okay, we'll stop here for tonight. There's tons of options. I'm looking forward to going down this rabbit hole journey of worm guard and lapel guard with you guys. So let's practice. Okay, on 3. 1, 2, 3.